Welcome to WZ Tales. Today's story is about a firefighter who finds out his fiancée is cheating with his best man just weeks before the wedding and decides to reveal everything in front of both families. As you listen, think about the moment where you would have walked away. My fiancé said, "I made a huge, terrible mistake." I replied, "There is no us left to save now." Then I saved the footage, confronted my best man, played a video at rehearsal dinner, canceled the wedding, and I just watched as the truth blew up my circle and left one bridesmaid standing. I'm Lucas, and I'm a firefighter. At least I was supposed to be a married firefighter in 3 weeks. Now I do not know what I am. My fiancée Haley is a pediatric nurse, sweet, caring, great with kids, and my family loved her. We have been together for 4 years, engaged for 8 months. It all felt solid, the kind of relationship where you just know. I also have this core group of guys I have been tight with since high school. Evan was going to be my best man. Then there is Derek, Jonah, and Kyle. They were my groomsmen. These guys have been there for everything. When my dad passed, when I got injured on the job, when I proposed to Haley. They helped plan the bachelor trip. We did suit fittings together. We taste-tested the menu together. 12 years of friendship, brothers for life, or so I thought. About 2 months ago, things started to feel off. I noticed Haley and Evan texting a lot more than usual. She would laugh at her phone, and when I asked what was funny, she would say, "Oh, Evan sent something about the bachelor party." Okay, he was planning it. Made sense. At first. Then Evan started being strangely involved in wedding details. He would show up when I was on shift to help Haley with vendor calls. He knew details about the wedding I did not even know. Colors, timelines, little things Haley and I had never talked about. Whenever the guys and I hung out, they would get quiet when I walked into the room and change the topic fast. Meanwhile, Haley started pulling away from me physically. Every time I tried to be close, she would say she was stressed about the wedding, too tired, not in the mood. That went on for 2 months. This was the first red flag I ignored because I wanted to believe the best. I am not the jealous type. I trust people, maybe too easily. But something felt wrong. Like when you walk into a building and the air feels off before you even see the smoke. So I started paying closer attention. Last week I was on a night shift. Haley texted me around 9 at night saying she was exhausted and going to bed early. Around 10:30 I tried to FaceTime her to say goodnight. She did not answer. A minute later she texted, "I'm already asleep. We'll talk tomorrow, babe." Here is the thing. Our apartment building has security cameras in the hallway. I get a notification on my phone every time someone approaches our door. At 1047 p.m. I got a notification. I checked the camera feed. It was Evan. I watched him knock. I watched Haley open the door. I watched her look up and down the hallway, then pull him inside. He did not leave until 12:23 a.m., an hour and 36 minutes. I sat in the truck bay at the station just staring at my phone. Part of me wanted to believe there was some innocent reason, maybe some wedding emergency. Maybe he needed help with something. Then I rewound the footage and watched again. The way she checked the hallway. The way they stood too close in the doorway before going inside. I knew. At this point, what would you have done in my place? Kept believing the story, or believed what you could see with your own eyes? I went back further in the camera history. There were 4 other late night visits in the last 6 weeks. Always when I was on night shift. I did not go home after my shift ended. I hit the station gym and punched the heavy bag until my knuckles bled through the tape. I am not someone who blows up fast. I think things through. And as I calmed down, something else hit me. The guys had been acting weird for 2 months. The same 2 months this was going on. They knew. All of them knew. My best man was sleeping with my fiancée and my other groomsmen were covering for them. The guys who were supposed to stand next to me at my wedding knew I was being made a fool of, and they said nothing. In 3 weeks, I would have married her. I would have stood at the altar, looked at Evan next to me as my best man, seen the others lined up and thought I was the luckiest man in the world, and I would have been the only person in that room who did not know the truth. I was not letting that happen. I saved the camera footage. I wrote down all the timestamps. I decided I would confront Evan first, not Haley. I wanted to hear it from my best man. I wanted to see if he would finally tell me the truth or lie to my face again. The next morning, I texted him. Need to talk, just us. We met at this coffee shop we used to go to all the time in college. I did not waste time. I pulled out my phone and showed him the camera clip. Evan at my door, Haley pulling him inside, time stamps in the corner. His face went white. "Lucas, man, it is not what you think," he said. "Then what is it?" He started in with excuses, that it was Haley's idea, that she came on to him, that it only happened once or twice. That he was drunk, that he felt terrible. I swiped and showed him the other dates. 4 more visits, all at night, all when I was on shift. He broke, started crying, said he was sorry, said he never meant for it to happen, said he valued our friendship more than anything. Then I asked the question I was afraid of. "Who else knows?" He hesitated, then said, "The guys. Derek, Jonah, Kyle, they know." He told me he had confessed to Derek first, then Derek told the others. They had long talks about whether to tell me what to do, and they decided to stay quiet. They told themselves it would blow over, that it was just pre-wedding nerves. That Haley loved me, and this was a mistake that did not have to matter. They did not want to ruin my wedding. They decided that marrying me off to someone who was cheating was better than dealing with an ugly truth. This is where many people stay and hope it gets better instead of accepting that the whole structure is already on fire. I walked out without saying another word. That afternoon, I called Derek, Jonah, and Kyle, told them we needed to meet, emergency. They showed up at my place looking nervous. I laid it out, told them I knew about Evan and Haley, told them I knew they knew, then I asked them to explain themselves. They did not apologize. Instead, they started making excuses, not for me, for Haley. Derek said, "Look, man, you are always on shift. You are never home." Haley was lonely. "Can you really blame her for finding comfort somewhere else?" Jonah said. "It is not like she does not love you. She just needed something you were not giving her." Kyle, who I had known since high school, said, "Do not blow this up, Lucas. The wedding is in 3 weeks. Deposits are paid. People are flying in. Just get through the wedding, then you can handle it privately. No need to embarrass everyone." They were not trying to protect me. They were trying to protect the event, their comfort, their image. When I asked why you did not tell me, I said, "What did you think you were protecting?" Derek said, "We did not want to be the ones to mess up your wedding. That is on you. We were just trying to keep the peace." Keeping the peace by letting me walk into a lie. That is not peace. That is cowardice with a polite name. I left that meeting with a clear decision. I was not going to quietly cancel the wedding. I was going to cancel it in front of everyone who helped build the lie. The rehearsal dinner was the next night. Both families, the priest, all the bridesmaids, all the groomsmen, the wedding planner, everyone who mattered. That is where the truth was going to come out. I spent the next day preparing. Haley and I had shared devices before. She never changed her iCloud password. I logged in. I found text messages between her and Evan. "I cannot stop thinking about last night. We need to be more careful. We will figure this out after the wedding. Just need to get through the ceremony. I think I am falling for you, but we have to make it through the next few weeks." I took screenshots of everything. I compiled the security camera clips. I also had a recording from my talk with the guys, where Derek said I should get through the wedding first and Kyle told me not to blow it up over drama. I put it all on a USB drive. The next night, the rehearsal dinner started like any other. Both families were dressed up. My mom kept tearing up, saying how proud my dad would have been. Haley's parents were beaming. The bridesmaids took photos. The groomsmen joked around like nothing was wrong. Evan avoided my eyes, but he still played his part. The priest gave a small speech about marriage and commitment. Haley's mom cried. My uncle made a toast. People laughed and clapped. I sat there calm with that USB drive in my pocket. After dinner, before dessert, I stood up and tapped my glass. "Thank you all for being here," I said. "It means the world to me and Haley to have everyone we love in one room, Before we wrap up, I put together a little video, a slideshow of our journey. Haley has not seen it yet. I wanted it to be a surprise. People smiled. Haley squeezed my hand and looked at me like I had just done the sweetest thing in the world. The lights dimmed. My laptop connected to the projector. At first, it was what they expected. Photos of us from our first date, our first trip, the proposal, soft music playing. People smiled, a few sniffles. Then the music stopped. The next image was a screenshot of a text from Haley to Evan. "I cannot stop thinking about last night. We need to be more careful." Silence. Then the screen showed the camera footage. Evan knocking on my apartment door, Haley opening it, checking the hallway, pulling him inside. The timestamp clearly visible, 1047 p.m. Then the clip of him leaving at 12:23 a.m. "Lucas, what are you doing?" "Turn it off," Haley said, grabbing my arm. I did not. Next came more texts. "We will figure this out after the wedding. Just need to get through the ceremony. I think I am falling for you." Then another camera clip from a different night. Same pattern. Then the audio recording of my meeting with the guys. Derek's voice, "Just get through the wedding, then you can deal with this privately." Kyle's voice, "Do not blow this up over some drama." The lights came back on. No one spoke. Haley was standing now, face red, tears streaming. "Lucas, please, I can explain," she said. "Explain what?" I asked, my voice steady. "Explain how you have been sleeping with my best man for 2 months. Explain how you were planning to figure things out after the wedding. Explain how you were going to let me marry you while you were already planning a life with someone else." Her mom was crying. Her dad stared at the floor. My mom looked at Haley like she had never seen her before. Evan was edging toward the exit. The groomsmen looked frozen. Then one of the bridesmaids, Avery, burst into tears. "I am so sorry, Lucas," she said. "I saw them 3 weeks ago in the parking lot at the venue. They were kissing. I wanted to tell you. I was scared I would ruin the wedding. I am so sorry." 2 other bridesmaids admitted they suspected something. They did not say anything because they did not want drama, so it was not just the guys. Half the wedding party knew or had signs. Haley tried to come closer, but I stepped back. "Do not," I said. "The wedding is canceled. I will deal with the vendors. I will let everyone know. You can all figure out your own travel." Her father stood. "Haley, we are leaving," he said. "Dad, please," she whispered. "Now," he said. They walked out. Most of the bridesmaids followed, some crying, some just stunned. The groomsmen started to move, but I stopped them. "You know what is funny?" I said. "I did not even want a big wedding. Haley did. She wanted the venue, the band, the photographer, everything. I said yes because I loved her and wanted her to be happy. I worked extra shifts, holidays, nights to help pay for it." I turned to them. "And you knew she was cheating. You knew Evan was betraying me. And instead of telling me, you told me to go through with it so your plans would not change." "Lucas, we were trying to protect you," Derek said quietly. "Protect me," I said. "By letting me stand at the altar and say vows to someone who did not love me. That is not protection, that is cowardice." Evan said, "I am sorry, man, I really am. I never meant for any of this to happen." "But it did," I said, "and you let it keep happening while planning my bachelor party. While getting fitted for suits, while calling yourself my best man." I picked up my jacket. "I am done. The wedding is canceled. I will return any gifts. If anyone asks what happened, show them the video." I went home. Haley was there, packing. She tried to talk. I told her to take what she needed and go stay with her parents. She left in tears. I sat down in the apartment we had shared for 2 years, the place where we had planned our future. The place she had brought my best friend while I was out on calls. I was supposed to get married the next day. Instead, I went to bed alone. The venue called later. No refund, but they found another couple to take the date. At least that money helped someone else. A month passed. 3 days after the rehearsal dinner, Haley showed up at the fire station. My shift had just ended. I was walking to my car when I heard her behind me. "Lucas, please, we need to talk." She looked wrecked, eyes swollen, hair messy, desperate. "There is nothing to talk about," I said. "There is everything to talk about," she said. "I made a mistake. A huge mistake. It is over with Evan. It did not mean anything. You have to believe me." "I do not have to believe anything," I said. She grabbed my arm. "I love you. I have always loved you. This wedding was supposed to be the start of our life. We can still fix this." "Haley, stop," I said, pulling away. "You do not get it. This is not about Evan. It is about you. The person I thought you were would never have done this. That person is gone. There is nothing to fix." She cried harder. "I was scared," she said. "Scared of the wedding, scared of commitment, scared of losing myself. I did not know how to talk to you. Evan was there. It was stupid. It does not have to end everything." "You ended everything 2 months ago," I said. "Being scared does not excuse what you did." That is when she snapped. "You are really going to throw away 4 years because of one mistake," she shouted. "You are that perfect you have never messed up. I never slept with your bridesmaid while planning our wedding," I said. "That is the difference." "You were never here," she said, voice rising. "Always at work, always on shift, always tired. What was I supposed to do, not sleep with my best man?" I said. "That would have been a good start, or talk to me, or break up with me, or literally anything else." She stood there breathing hard, then seemed to sag. "My family will not talk to me," she said softly. "My dad can barely look at me. My mom cries every time she sees me. Everyone knows. Everyone in our social circle knows what I did." "Yeah," I said. "That is what happens when you betray someone in front of 50 people. "Evan ghosted me," she added. 2 days after the dinner, he blocked my number and social media. I went to his place and his roommate said he moved out. I lost you. I lost him. I lost my friends. I lost everything." "For what?" "That is your question to answer," I said. "Not mine. I have to go." I got in my car and drove off. She was still standing in the parking lot when I checked the mirror. She kept trying to contact me after that. Texts, calls, emails. A handwritten letter. I did not open the letter. She stopped trying eventually. Derek's wife called me soon after. She had heard the story but wanted to hear it from me. I told her everything, including the recording where Derek suggested I just get through the wedding and deal with the cheating later. She was quiet for a long time. "We have been trying to get pregnant for 6 months," she said. "We are doing IVF. I kept wondering why he seemed so distant. Now I know. If my husband is the kind of man who would cover up cheating and tell his best friend to marry someone like that, I need to know that before we have kids." 2 days later, I found out she moved out. She told Derek she needed space to decide if she even wanted to be married to someone with that little integrity. Derek has called me many times since. I have not answered. Not my problem anymore. Evan left town completely. Took a transfer to a firehouse in Oregon. Could not handle being that guy everywhere he went. Jonah and Kyle have gone quiet. A mutual friend told me a lot of people pulled back from them. When you help cover up a betrayal that big, others stop trusting you. Sometimes karma is just people finally seeing who you are. Then there is Avery, the bridesmaid who broke down at the rehearsal. She messaged me about 2 weeks after everything. "I know I am probably the last person you want to hear from," she wrote, "but I am so sorry. I should have told you what I saw. I was a coward. You deserved the truth. If you ever want coffee to talk or just sit in silence, I am here." I did not respond right away. I was not sure I wanted to see anyone connected to that wedding, but something about her message felt real. She did not make excuses. She did not defend herself. She owned what she did. Last week we met for coffee. We ended up talking for 3 hours. She told me she felt sick ever since she saw Haley and Evan in the parking lot. "I kept choosing Haley's comfort over your right to know," she said. "That was wrong. I am not asking you to forgive me. I just want you to know I understand how bad it was." I believed her. We talked about work, music, random stuff. We have met up 3 more times since. There might be something there, maybe, but I am not rushing into anything. I am just enjoying spending time with someone who actually tells the truth. I moved out of the old apartment. Too many memories. Too much of Haley everywhere. Now I have a small 1-bedroom on the east side, closer to the station. Hardwood floors. A balcony that gets morning sun. I was supposed to be on my honeymoon in Greece right now. Instead, I am working extra shifts, saving up for a motorcycle I have had my eye on, and drinking coffee with someone who did the wrong thing once, but then chose to be honest. And honestly, I have never felt better. Here are some lessons from this story. Lesson 1. If your partner and your best friend start having a secret world of inside jokes and late-night visits, do not ignore your gut. Secrecy plus opportunity is almost always a bad sign. Lesson 2. Friends who choose comfort and avoiding drama over telling you the truth are not protecting you. They are protecting themselves at your expense. Lesson 3. Getting married does not fix betrayal. It freezes it in place. Walking away before the vows can hurt in the short term but saves years of pain. Lesson 4. Being busy with work is not a crime. Cheating instead of speaking up about your needs is. Fear and stress explain feelings, not actions. Lesson 5. When someone shows you who they are in front of an entire room, believe them and let the social fallout be their responsibility, not yours. Lesson 6. Losing people who lie to you is not really a loss. It is clearing space for people who value honesty and loyalty. What about you if you were Lucas? Would you have exposed everything at the rehearsal dinner? Or handled it privately? Have you ever had friends choose keeping the peace over telling you the truth? Share your thoughts in the comments and tell us where your line would be.